Hey guys, Brandon Johnson here, and thanks for joining me today. Today I've got 10 licks in the key of G. I've got 6 of them in the major scale and 6 of them in the pentatonic scale. I've taken moves from guys like Doc Watson, Norman Blake, and Tony Rice, and I've combined them, and I've turned them into these licks that you can take, incorporate into your soloing, or you can take them and change them and turn them into your own licks. So let's check it out. All right, let's talk about lick number 1. Most of this lick is played with your index finger. Although you can play it with your other fingers as well, it is actually possible to play this entire lick with just your index finger. Okay, so the first move you're going to make is going to be a downstroke on the 2nd fret on the G string, followed by an upstroke, followed by a slide down, back down to the 2nd fret, upstroke on the open G, downstroke, upstroke, downstroke on the open G, upstroke on the open D, and that's going to lead you into a hammer-on. Okay, so let's take a look at just measure number 1, start to finish. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to lead us into a hammer-on in measure number 2. Okay, so looking at measure number 2, we're coming out of a hammer-on on the D string, coming out of an upstroke. So it's going to sound like this. Okay? And that's coming into measure number 2. Okay, so coming into measure number 2, you're going to play a hammer-on the upstroke. Followed by an upstroke on the open G, followed by a downstroke on the D, open upstroke, and then here you're going to play a downstroke slide up from the 1st fret on the A string. Okay, so that's on the A string, and that's with your index finger, and you're taking your index finger and you're sliding it up to the 2nd fret on a downstroke. Okay, so after you do that slide up, you're going to play an upstroke on the open D. So it's going to be a downstroke on the A, slide up, open, upstroke, followed by a downstroke. Okay, so let's take a look at just measure number 2. We're going to come out of the hammer-on, which is going to sound like this, on the upstroke, and then we're immediately going to play an upstroke on the open G. Okay, measure number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's play measures number 1 and 2 together. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time, measures number 1 and 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. into measure number 3, you're going to play an upstroke on the open A string, downstroke on the E string, 3rd fret. Then we're going to play the classic bluegrass lick. So it's going to start with an open A downstroke, followed by a slide up from the 1st and 2nd fret on the A string on an upstroke, upstroke on the open D, downstroke pull off, upstroke open G on the 4th measure. That ends with the classic bluegrass lick. Okay, so let's play all of measure number 3. Starting on an upstroke on the open A string. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time, measure number 3, starting with an open A string on the upstroke. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's play measures number 3 and 4 together. Starting with an upstroke on the open A string. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's play all of lick number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's take a look at lick number 2. This is a major lick, and I'm kind of including some notes from the extended major scale on this one. These notes. Okay, looking at measure number 1, we're looking at the 3 and the 4 notes from the major scale. Play it a little bit higher up on the neck. And the way I like to start this is I like to start this with my middle finger and my ring finger. So with a downstroke, upstroke, downstroke, upstroke. Okay, measure number 1. Remember to start with your middle finger on a downstroke. 1, 2, 3, 4. The reason I like to play measure number 1 starting with the middle finger on the G string 4th fret is because when we come back down, you're still playing with your middle finger. Now going into measure number 2, because your middle finger was already on the G string, you're in a really good position to go up to the B string with your first finger and your ring finger after that. Okay, so and you can see how you don't really have to move your hand at all, really. I mean, it's just a matter of, and that's kind of why you want to have that middle finger on that 2nd fret G string coming out of measure number 1. So coming into measure number 2, we're starting with a downstroke on the open G, an upstroke, followed by a downstroke on the open B, followed by an upstroke on the 1, and a downstroke on the 3, and then there's a quarter note rest. Okay, so looking at measure number 2, we're coming in with a downstroke on the open G, and an upstroke on the 2nd fret G string with your middle finger. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest. Okay, and as you can see, that's just a straightforward major walk-up on the G major scale. Okay, let's play measures number 1 and 2 together. Starting with measure number 1, we're playing a downstroke with our middle finger, 4th fret, G string. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest. Going into measure number 3, you're already going to have your ring finger on the 3rd fret, B string, downstroke. Then you're going to play a quarter note rest, and then you're going to leave your finger right there, and you're going to play another downstroke, followed by an upstroke on the open E, downstroke 1, upstroke 0, downstroke 3, upstroke 1, downstroke 0, upstroke 2. Let's play all of measure number 3, starting with a downstroke on the B string, 3rd fret. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that brings us into measure number 4. Okay, in measure number 4, you're going to be starting with an open G downstroke, an upstroke on the 4th fret D string, and a downstroke on the open G again. Okay, measure number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's play measure number 3 and 4 together. Starting with measure number 3, you're playing a downstroke on the B string, 3rd fret, followed by an upstroke. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's play all of lick number 2, start to finish. 1, 2, 3, 4.